Hey, this is Everybody Ain't Able, sponsored by Co-Star Studios and the Mac Juice. And this the only place where you can say what you want to say. And it's your boy J Mac, and I'm always on point like a Sharpie. And today I want to give another shout out to prestigious planners. Shout out to my boy Peter. This is basically a planning book to help y'all learn, or not learn, just to help you be able to create time and just write it out. And it's really in depth. So day to day, week to week, month to month, let you set your goals up and plan how you plan on doing things. Prestigious planner, which actually, this planner is actually how I got my topic today. Because my topic today is kind of Christmas oriented, because when this drop, it is going to be Christmas Eve. I was going to say, the question is, what do you really want? I think that's a hard question to ask people. And I say that because when I open this book, which I haven't really used it yet, the first couple of things I see are motivational quotes to basically get people through the day. Like, it's multiple quotes. Like, I can open it up and just read something for you, like right here. Working hard for something that you don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something that you love is called passion. And that's just like the first thing I opened up to, which is other quotes in here. So y'all should really tap in with this prestigious planner. Y'all can get it, and y'all will be able to lock in. But today I'm kind of monologuing, as y'all can see. But it's not nothing bad or anything. It's just how the dice roll. But like I said, today's topic is what do you really want? I asked that because it's Christmas time and it's the Christmas season. I think that's always a good time of year to ask people what they really want, especially with the basis of Christmas being, that you get gifts and you receive things from others. And it makes you ask the question, what do you really want? Because I think as a kid, we all grow up thinking that what we want are all materialistic things and things that we idolize, such as toys, people, music, and all types of things such as. And I think as you get older, at least I feel like me, especially at the space that I'm in currently, is I have troubles really answering the question, what do I want for Christmas? I guess that's kind of hard coming from a person who just buys whatever they want or goes and gets whatever they want consistently. But it also begs me to ask the question, like, like, what is it that we really want? I know it sounds so repetitive, and it's really something that you really have to dive in and think of, like, such as, like, for me, what I really want, I can't get for Christmas. And for Christmas, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be, or whatever they've told us is that it was supposed to be Jesus' birthday, even though Jesus was born in the summer. I get the synonymous thing as Jesus being like the gift to the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we get gifts. But also Christmas is based off a pagan holiday as well, used to drive sales and to sell things, especially because it's the end of the year and people need to reach certain numbers in certain sales. Along with Black Friday, which does not actually necessarily come from the idea that you getting something for sale. I mean, it does, slaves being sold on a rock, but the concept of Black Friday is to skyrocket prices and make it look like a deal. When all along, they've always been that price, or they've always been cheaper, which is wild. But I think it might be a thing about manifesting and just understanding who you are and what you actually want. Because we grow up thinking that or we've been taught that what we want is a materialistic thing or certain things in life, aspects or things that we don't have. And we externalize these ideas by supposedly chasing or saying that we want these things. So yeah, I got some little notes. Make sure I get everything I wanted to say. Yeah, externalize things that that we really want. And I think like a big example for me or being able to explain something to y'all like that I think is crazy is that like is what I want. I want to be financially free. Like I want to be able to help everybody that's around me. I want to be that person that can drive and be the force of other people being successful. But how could I ask that for Christmas? I think that there's more or less has to do with what I want. And what I want can't be given to me by one sole person. It can only be worked for. So it makes me like reflect on a lot of things, such as like in high school, I used to think that the way was, everybody had like boyfriends and girlfriends and shit. I didn't. But as I got older, I realized that like you're going to externalize what you really want. Like back then, I never wanted that. Kinda now I don't. But that doesn't mean that everybody else around me didn't want that. Like what I wanted, I worked for, and everybody else does too. Even though people might say, I really want this and I really want to do that. But at the end of the day, you probably really don't want that. And I say that because you do what you want and you make things happen for what you want to happen. So if you wanted to be this or that, you would work for that. And you would actually get an opportunity to have that. But in actuality, people never want what they say they want. Because if they did, they would go get it. And that's a mindset that people get out of because people think that they need certain things, they need certain stipulations, they need all these like what would I say? What would I call these? People need all of these checks on this checklist that they think they have to reach to get to this certain point, which necessarily isn't true. Because like I say, I reference myself, and I'm always gonna reference myself when I say this. I thought that's what I wanted back then. But when I got older, I realized that isn't what I wanted. What I wanted to be was a football player, and that's what I majority wasted my time on. Not wasted, but that's what I put majority of my effort in. Like when it was like 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night, when everybody else was probably on the phone caking and shit, I was outside in some apartments running around a tree. Put it in that extra work to think that, one day that shit'll pay off. But like still to this day, I think like that though. Like if somebody would come to me and say, like, hey, AJ Mac, I wanna do this or I wanna do this. Okay, like what steps have you taken to even put this in play? Because I can't skip you to the point that I'm at because I learned and I made mistakes and that's what got me to the point that I'm at. So I don't think that me helping you or me jumping you to where I am is gonna help you because those steps that I took to get there help me sustain what I do. And I say that just to go back to reference the fact that like if you really want it, you would do it yourself. And one thing that I always think, I keep saying one thing, but something that always goes back to dawn on me is that it was this ET quote, You know, it used to go crazy because everybody used to listen to it, watch it before a game. It was the best type of mindset type of thing. He always used to ask, "How bad do you want it? Do you want it?" You know, he say take the guru, took him out there to the ocean, and he drowned him. You know what I'm saying? And he said when you want to succeed as hard as you want to, as much as you want to breathe, that's when you'll be successful. I think people hear that, but it goes over their head because nobody knows what it feels like to drown until you go out there and you feel like you're drowning because you're trying. Because when you jump off the porch, theoretically, nobody's going to help you. And that hunger or that sacrifice is what makes you get to what you want, get to your needs, get to where you need to be. And that's just something that I think. But I just want to know, like, because I always ask this to myself, like, do people want what they really say they want? Because if they did, don't you think you would move or do things differently? Like, would that not change how you want to do things? Or would you not push or try things differently till you get the outcome that you want? Or do you just say these things because they sound good and you can't and you don't really want it? Cause I always think back to like growing up, like me and my friends, I say we always been in different spaces. Cause I've always been like the person that's everywhere, like boom, 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 like some ping pong balls. And it makes me wonder, like, we have our similarities, but the thing would be is like they've always wanted things that I didn't want. And I probably always wanted things that they didn't want. And I think that was like a misconception. I don't think it made our friendship lesser or stronger, but I know for me, it took me time to realize that like everybody's not like you. Like everybody's not thinking like, how can I be a go getter like and drop everything and not think about stability and do this because I said I want to do it. Everybody's not like that. But because everybody's not like that, that doesn't mean that we don't see eye to eye. It's just that it's a hard understanding to try to explain to somebody like, yo, if you get out here and just try, this shit gonna work out. When you're focused on, oh, like I got this to pay, I gotta do this, and I can't do that. So that's just always something I ask myself too. And my other thing is what you want really what you want? And I say that because people people don't actually know what they want, but they say what they think they want, which is crazy to think. Like people will complain about things and then complain about them and you fix them and then what they complained about would still be the problem and what you fixed would still be the problem. Why is that? It's because nobody really knows. I'm not gonna say nobody. A lot of people aren't sure what they truly want. So that's just a question I asked y'all to ask y'all just to make y'all think about that. And like just going back to things, it's just like Christmas is something that teaches us that gifts and things show some type of gratitude or is some type of symbol of somebody understanding or somebody giving back, if you understand what I'm saying, or people giving you some type of gift to show you that they care. But in all actuality, it makes us more and more materialistic because we think that these gifts really mean something and they're really what we want, and they always turn into instant gratification. So when we want things that they can't be bought, does it actually mess with our mind frame or our mindset on how we think of things? Because at the end of the day, if I grow up and my mama, and I've always been thinking that, like, all right, on Christmas my mama's gonna buy me this, and I associate that with being this is what I wanted, and I always get what I want for Christmas. What do you do or how do you disassociate physical things as being your want and mindset and wanting to do certain things? Because I don't think people do that. Because I think it's a hard separation because we're so set up to think that materialistic things and things we supposed to have is what we want. But on the aspect of somebody who is desiring to be loved, you can't buy love. And if you're so used to being able to buy things or people giving you things, what do you what do you think? Or vice versa, you buy gifts for people's affection. And does it teach you to think that you can buy everything? Or what you have is to be sold? Is it capitalism? Or is it just how we think? Hey, and this is Everybody Ain't Able, sponsored by Co-Star Studios and the Mac Juice. And it's your boy J Mac, the social moderator. And also another shout out to my boy Peter and the Prestige Planner and the deep thought he gave me when I looked at some of these quotes. I'm going to let y'all get another quote from it on the way out. Before we take a little toast, we gonna pop it right here. I am not a product of circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. You got the dimes in here, Pete. Hey, so we just gonna take a little toast to everybody not being able to say what they want to say. Ha ha. And we out.
I need someone to help me, help me. I know that you can't feel me when you meet the real me. The real me is something that you can't see, can't see. I need someone to help me, help me. I know that you can't feel me when you meet the real me. The real me is something that you can't see.